guys, it is finally time for the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. This is really dorky. Welcome back to the rabbit hole. We have finally arrived at Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty event. If you are new to this channel, every Saturday, the week before the upcoming week of the sale, we go over every single product that will be coming up the next week. As most of you already know, I'm a bit of an avid Ulta shopper, have received a lot of Ulta's gifts with purchases, and have bought a lot from Ulta, so I've tried a lot. But hey, that's great because that means I can share more information with you on my thoughts about everything in the sale. A couple of generalized tips before we get into this particular video. So first off, this will be the longest video because we're going to cover the hot buys towards the end of the video, which means you get to see my Southern Decadence look for a little longer today. If you're completely new to this sale, every day of the event there are certain items that are featured that will be 50% off, and then the hot buys are products that are on sale for the duration of the event, all 3 weeks. They're usually around 30 to 40% off, although some items end up being a little more off. In my personal opinion, this is a really good time to spend points because you can get up to 50% off. What I do, my personal strategy for this, is I will load my cart with any hot buys that I'm interested in buying, and then on the day that my items that I want for 50% off go on sale, I will make a cart and it'll usually hit the $50 and I'll be able to redeem my 1,000 points. If you redeem points, make sure that you are using Ebates as your cashback service. You should be using cashback anyway. I'll link my video if you haven't seen it. But go with Ebates if you're redeeming points because for reasons I have not yet figured out, it seems like we are getting cashback on points redemptions. And without further ado, let's get into the first week's deals. I'm going to put on the screen everything for that specific day all at once, just because sometimes I go through certain products really fast if I don't have a lot to say about them, and I want you to be able to catch everything that's going on. So I'm just going to put it all on the screen, and we will talk about each day together. All right, so Sunday, September 1st, we have, yet again, Benefits the Professional Face Primer will be 50% off. I feel so bad for anybody who pays full price for this at this point. This thing is always in this sale. I'll say it's a reliable pore filling primer. I definitely recommend tapping it into your skin instead of just kind of smudging it around, but it works. The only thing is it's kind of pricey, to be honest with you. We're going to have a couple other pore filling primer options in just this week that are a better deal. Some of them I think are formulated better, so we'll get into those later, but I know some people like this, so there you go, Sunday, September 1st. All right, we also have 50% off Peter Thomas Roth eye creams. This includes the Retinol Fusion PMI. I will tell you honestly, I do not use a retinol eye cream because I use a retinol serum. I've always felt like that could be a little bit of overkill. With retinol serums, I don't take it entirely around my eye area, just kind of close and then along the brow bone. That works well for me. Then I can just use whatever eye cream I want over it. Plus, I honestly feel my money goes a little farther that way. So yeah, personally, I don't use retinol eye creams, but that's just me. I know a lot of people have been talking about this. It is nice to see it for 50% off. We also have 50% off the Lash Food Phytomedic Natural Eyelash Enhancer. So I was looking into this because I get kind of nervous about this type of product. I've heard that some of them change the color of your eyes, which is a little bit much for me. I don't know how I feel about that. This one apparently doesn't. It's a more natural alternative, but then does it work? I don't know. I've never tried it. Comment below with any of this stuff that I haven't tried if you guys have. That one is an online-only deal. Also online-only, 50% off the Kate Somerville Retinol Firming Eye Cream. I already gave my thoughts on retinol eye creams, but I like both Kate Somerville and Peter Thomas Roth as brands. Monday, September 2nd. Some of you already know I'm excited for this. 50% off the Ofra highlighters. Okay, so I went and bought the Signature palette so that I could go over all of the highlighters and tell you my thoughts on them individually. I think this about Ofra's highlighters. First off, let me just give you an overview. These are some of the most intense highlighters on the market. I am wearing their highlighters today. The truth with highlighters is that if you find a shade that complements your skin tone, That's the only one you really need. You don't need to buy the entire variety of them. You know, there's really only subtle differences in the way that they will look, especially on your cheekbones. You're generally going to find one highlighter complements you. That said, have I ever been able to resist buying only one highlighter? No. And the truth with their highlighters is every single one is beautiful. It is gorgeous. If you do like playing around with them, I've been having a blast using them on my eyelids. They're so intense. Oh, one thing about application with these, I personally like to apply them and then blend them out with my fingers, because when you have more intensity in a highlighter, you also have more texture in appearance. I find that that really takes the edge off the texture issues. It does to some extent take the edge off the intensity, but I gotta find a middle ground, somewhere in between. I'm gonna real quickly run through the colors though. So Star Island is gonna be really nice on very pale skin tones. Rodeo Drive is the best one on me, NC20. This one down here, what is this? Blissful. This is a cooler toned highlighter that's gonna be probably optimal for, I'd say, around NW25. I don't know if they still have Bali. I didn't see that on the website. Pillow Talk is a beautiful pink highlighter. I absolutely adore my Space Baby. I can't stop wearing it. If you want a more intense, bright blue color. And then this newest one, the Retrograde highlighter, this one has a purplish tone combined with Star Island. So if you're looking to get more bang for your buck, honestly, highlighter pans last a long time. So if you have fair skin and a tendency to like color, I think that's a great choice for you. I see Nikki Tutorials has a couple others too. Glazed Donut, that looks really pretty. I don't know, I just kind of want them all, even though I don't need them all, but at least some of you watching this relate, surely. 50% off the Foreo Luna Play Plus. Okay, so I have a regular sized Foreo. This is going to be a smaller one. Yeah, it's probably all you need. For $24.50, I do think that's a great price. This is the rechargeable one, or not rechargeable, I believe you replace the battery in these. Correct me if I'm mistaken. These are nice. My thoughts haven't really changed on these cleansing tools. I think they're nice. I don't think they're 100% necessary. So, you know, if you're like, oh, I really can't afford that, am I missing out? Not really. But if you can afford it and you would like to, I don't know, boost the enjoyment of your cleansing routine, Foreo's the way I would go. I would go Foreo over Clarisonic personally, probably because I have drier skin. But yeah, it's a nice tool. They're just really expensive at retail. Online only, we have 50% off the Strivectin Advanced Retinol Intensive Night Moisturizer. I did try this in my Strivectin review, and I did enjoy it, but not enough to repurchase a full size. Strivectin has some good products. They're just a pricey brand. And then 50% off the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm. Sadly, this is only for Diamond and Platinum, but whoa, this is a fantastic deal. What I'm going to tell you about Take the Day Off is that this is not really an exciting product. It's not. There's nothing exciting. There's no, you know, floral scent from it. There's no scent. Clinique doesn't use fragrance. There's no fairies on the packaging or what have you, but does it get the job done? 100%. It is a beautiful product that removes every last bit of your makeup, and if you haven't tried this type of a product, I highly encourage you to. These are so much more game-changing than any of those makeup removing wipes, trying to struggle with cleansers. These, yes, this. Tuesday, September 3rd, we're going to start with the 50% off Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. I don't actually like this. I only have a mini of it. Actually, this is a funny story. If you guys have followed the beauty community, this went out in PR to a lot of larger beauty gurus, and they were baking with it, and they absolutely hated it. This made a whole bunch of people's worst product lists, and then it went out in BoxyCharm, and a lot of people seemed to love it. So I feel like with the Hydra Mist powder, I feel like this is really all about how you apply it. I think if you're applying a lot of this, if you're baking with this, you're going to have probably a bad time. But if you just use a light dusting of powder, I think it can be fine. That said, it's still not my favorite. I find that sometimes it's fine, and other times it kind of betrays me and creases, especially if I'm going more full coverage. So this is probably more for those of you wearing lighter coverage in the first place. Yeah, it's still not my personal favorite. Let me know if you guys have tried that. Let me know your thoughts. 50% off the Mario Badescu Rose Hip Nourishing Oil. So this will be $11, and it's just a big no from me. Why don't you call it what it is, Mario Badescu? Rose Hip Propylene Glycol, because that's the first ingredient. I like a lot of things from Mario Badescu. Not a lot. I like some things from Mario Badescu, if I'm being honest. But yeah, not this. Plus, you can get from The Ordinary for, what, $9, a 100% rosehip oil. It's a great product. You don't need to be waiting for a sale on this to get it for $11. Just buy it from The Ordinary. I finished off an entire bottle of The Ordinaries, and I did like it. It's heavy. I would use it only in the winter. But yeah, you just don't need to wait for a 50% off sale to get it. The Ordinary always has it cheaper, and The Ordinary's formula is better. So for me, that's a pass. Then we have online only, 50% off all Eyeko mascaras. You know, I don't think I've ever talked about this. This is the Lash Alert mascara. It's actually a really good mascara. It does have fibers in it, so it can get a little out of control, but I actually do like it. I just have to kind of be careful in my application of it. It has a curved wand. It's really worth trying, especially because it's kind of cheap in the first place. But you see that thing that's going on? That's the kind of thing that happens when your product has fibers. They can kind of build up on themselves. I don't want to put that back in there. What am I doing? And the point of fibers in a mascara is so they can attach to your lashes and make your lashes look fuller, longer, etc. It works sometimes. Sometimes they can betray you. Be careful if you wear contact lenses. But otherwise, you know, if you're looking for a more full look to your lashes without putting on falsies, it might be worth trying. There's a mascara that I like a little more in this video as well, so stay tuned for that. We have 50% off Butter London All Lip. Ooh, I have some favorites here. The Glaze Lip Glaze is one of my favorite glittery lip glosses. If you're going for a glitter look, oh, this has so much glitter. It's super shiny. And personally, I like this delivery system where you just turn it up and you get a whole bunch of product out. Really, really, really pretty on. These are so nice. I'm thinking I'll grab some more. That said, there is a little bit of a stickiness to these. Just a little bit. It's not too bad. If you like glitter, I don't think I've ever found a glittery lip gloss that doesn't have some stickiness to it. This is better than most. But yeah, it's still there. So if you care a lot about that, I'd go with something like the, what's that one called? Persona lip gloss. That's one of the least sticky I've ever tried. This is still gorgeous on. I also like their, what's this one called? The Plush Rush lipstick. I have the shade Brave. These are beautiful, gorgeous lipsticks. Really like the packaging as well. These lipsticks have that magnetic closure. I don't know why, but that just elevates a lip product for me so much. And then all of Flesh's highlighters will be 50% off, and I own them all. Okay, so if you are looking for an in-between highlighter, something that's not going to be a ton of bling on your cheeks, but also not emphasize texture, the Flesh powder highlighters are actually gorgeous. These are one of my most reached for daily highlighters because you can't mess up your look with these. So there's the Ofra and there's the Flesh under it, so you can probably see that it's not as intense, but just really pretty. This is the shade Jump. It's a gorgeous champagne color. This one is really flattering on my skin. I'd say it'd be good on up to NC 25 as well. I really like their little stick highlighters. These are absolutely gorgeous cream products. If you are more of a cream person, you will probably love these. They're just stunning on Wear Beautifully. And then also the Glisten drops. These are the liquid drops. I honestly don't wear these often, but I'll still tell you Flesh did a good job on this product. It's a little more of a hassle, I feel. I feel like all liquid highlighters are so pretty, but they're a little trickier to wear. They kind of take some time making sure that you have them in place where you want them kind of deal. But yeah, all of Flesh's highlighters are actually beautiful. We've got a lot on Wednesday, September 4th. We've got the Bare Minerals concealers will be 50% off. You know, the only one that I have from what they're offering on this day is the powder concealer. I have this in a sample. This is actually, I just talked about this. Powders can be some of the best ways to conceal, in particular, acne. Sometimes it's the only thing that sticks, so if you've never tried a powder concealer, it might be worth trying. They do have some other ones here as well that I have not tried. I forgot to grab my Skin Iceland Hydro Cool Firming Eye Gels, but I'm getting more of these. These are some of my absolute favorite eye gels in the world. That said, for as much as I love these, I tried to let Ara use some. I was like, you've got to try these. They're my favorite. And she ended up with a little bit of redness. It did fade, but just so you know, apparently there's a potential for an allergic reaction with these. I think it's the glue. I think you need to know that's in there. There's like these stick to your eyes, and I feel like if you have any kind of a glue allergy, be warned. We have 50% off K-beauty brands here. There are so many hidden gems in this section. So at the very least, click it and open it and take a look. All right, so I have the IPKN Moist and Firm Beauty Balm. This, I'm holding it backwards. This is actually a fantastic SPF 45 mineral sunscreen beauty balm, what am I trying to say? BB cream. What I'll tell you about this is that this is not a substitute for IT Cosmetics CC cream. I think I've heard people call this a dupe. No, it's not. It's definitely a lighter coverage. You do not want to over apply this. I find it doesn't really look that good. The shade range is a little limiting, so again, if you're applying it in a lighter coverage, it doesn't look as bad. This is light. It's pretty close to my skin, not quite as perfect as I'd like, but I don't really notice when I just throw it on in a very light layer. So this is for people who are looking for super light coverage, but an SPF of 45. IPKN also has a sun cream, SPF 50. This is a mineral sunscreen as well. This one does give me a white cast, so I mix in a little bit of my debronzy. Both of those are really cheap in this sale though, $14.50 for the BB cream, $12 for the SPF. I want to mention the Touch in Sol No Problem Primer. So this is $18, will be $9. This to me is a better deal than the Benefit Professional, but that said, there are a couple of ingredients in here that I'd be a little careful of. I've used it with no problems, but yeah, just a couple that I'm like, oh, those could be potential allergens for some people. There's a lot from Too Cool for School in this, which I haven't tried too much from. I do have the Glossy Blaster lip tint. It's nice. It's a nice lip tint, actually. Not quite the lip tint, those liquidy type of lip tints. It's a lot more thick of a texture. And then the Mamonde Rose Water Toner is in here. That's actually my favorite product from Mamonde. I should preface that with an explanation. I really wanted to like the Mamonde brand. It did not like me back. It gave me quite a bit of breakouts, except for the toner. That's the only product that I can use. Kind of like, I don't know, dating a bad boy. That's how I felt with using Mamonde's products. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes too much sense. I want to try the Herborian CC cream. I really do, but I was looking at the shade range of this and I was like, that's atrocious. That's probably the worst shade range I've seen in a hot minute. Thursday, September 5th, we have 50% off Tarte's Tartiest Double Take Eyeliner. This has a liquid side and a pencil side. I feel like I tried this a long time ago, and I didn't enjoy it. I feel like the liquid side betrayed me. I don't really know. Let me know if you guys have commented. It might have been one of Tarte's many others. We have two MAC lipsticks, Cream in Your Coffee and Diva. These will be 50% off, and if you are Diamond or Platinum, you can get Ruby Woo. I had Ruby Woo a long time ago. I don't think I'm going to repurchase it because I have so many reds in my collection, but I have to confess that is quite a beautiful red. 50% off the Murad Nutrient Charged Water Gel. I don't actually think I've tried this. It's probably going to be a lighter texture though, given that they're calling it a gel, so it may be optimal for more oily skin. And then 50% off the Shiseido Foaming Cleanser. You know, sometimes you just forget how to talk, you know? I think I tried these a long time ago. They didn't really stick. Shiseido didn't work out that well for me, unfortunately. Friday, September 6th. You guys, one of my favorite mascaras is in this sale. This is the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. I will tell you that this is a little bit more of a wet formula. It is a little bit of a clumpy formula, but to me, it is totally worth it to grab a lash comb and comb out any of the clumping because this is such a beautiful mascara, in my opinion. I don't use falsies that often, although today I actually glued individual hairs onto my eyelids, so I'm just full of surprises. Bet you I'll hate myself in a few days. But this is a really reliable mascara for me. I think that maybe if you have oily lids, you might want to be more careful. I do think that more wet formulas seem to betray people with oily skin more than people with dry skin. Mascara is a tricky topic. I'd like to really wrap my head around it more because it's fascinating to me how certain mascaras are absolute holy grails for some people, and then other people will come in and say, that mascara is the worst. How can you love it? But yes, this is one of my absolute favorite mascaras. We also have 50% off the Perricone High Potency Collection. Perricone's products work extremely well for me. I've said it many times before, and I will say it again. I'm just a smidge hesitant on some of the ingredients that Dr. Perricone uses, but yo, I can't deny that effectiveness. 50% off Philosophy's the Micro Delivery Exfoliating Facial Wash. This is actually a nice physical exfoliator. If you are using stuff like the walnut scrubs, those really harsh cleansers, I direct you towards a product like this that is not quite as harsh. You totally don't need to have a physical exfoliator in your routine. You can get away with the physical. But yeah, if you must use it, this is not a bad option. And then 50% off Estee Lauder Double Wear Instant Fix Concealer. These are going to be $14.50 and I've not tried them. It's actually a shame. I used to use a lot of Estee Lauder's products. Let me know if you guys have tried those. And then Saturday, September 7th, 50% off the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. Before you get too excited, this is the one that has a thicker tip to it. It's more similar to Goof Proof, the one that has the wider tip and the angle. It's kind of nice to have this if you prefer this because you get more product for the money. I never run out of my Goof Proof, and yet I go through Brow Wiz all the time because you get so little product. But that said, I understand why people like Brow Wiz more. It's a better end look. These are better for a really quick brow. I actually would say, I think this will look better on you if you have more brow to start with than I do, because I need to do a lot of filling in. And it's just kind of hard to fill in your brow with a kind of big tip like these products have. We also have 50% off the Dermalogica Skin Smoothing Cream. I have not tried that. Comment if you have. Online only, $10 off with any Dermalogica purchase. The Skin Bar at Ulta Beauty. We're doing facials at Ulta? I feel really out of the loop. 50% off CoverFX Select Primers. They might get me on this day. I might buy a full size of the Water Cloud Primer. This is a gorgeous primer that kind of does absolutely everything. This blurs pores if you tap it into your pores. It smooths lines. It provides grip to your foundation. This is kind of incredible, CoverFX. Why were you holding out on this? I bought almost all of the CoverFX primers, and this is a newer one. Yeah, it's darn good. I also do like, and this is in the older packaging, the mattifying primer with anti-acne treatment. This contains salicylic acid. This product, man, years ago when I first started using this, I would take my makeup off at the end of the day and have a worse breakout than I started with. I started using this and the opposite started happening. My skin would clear up by the end of the day. So if you're having a situation with your foundation where it's breaking you out, try adding in a primer with salicylic acid, and this one's one of the 50% off primers. But if you've been on this channel a long time, you already know I really do like CoverFX. I think they are a very solid brand. They're a clean brand. There's no fragrance in their products. This is the day upon which I would recommend buying a primer. Then we have 50% off Juice Beauty Green Apple Age Defy Moisturizer. I tried Juice Beauty a long time ago. I think that they are a good brand for people who are very concerned about ingredients. They are not my personal favorite brand. That's not my main concern. But comparing Juice Beauty to brands like Tata Harper or even Herbivore, Juice Beauty does everything that you need a skincare product to do, and their prices are not absurd. And they're pretty much always in the 21 days of beauty. All right, let's go over the hot buys. I'm not going to go over every single item, but I will link it all below in the description box if you want to jump around and see if anything really calls to you. Usually these are about 30 to 40% off. That's not the absolute best deal, but if you need something, that makes it a better time to buy it than, even Sephora's sales. So let's go over what I think are the best picks here. We have the Smashbox Crystallized collection will be 50% off. I'm going to tell you right now, I think that highlighter is going to sell out, the powder highlighter. It looks gorgeous, and Smashbox actually ran this sale on their website a couple of days ago, and it did sell out. I think that's beautiful. I also own the Crystallized Shimmer Drops. These are really pretty. Let me swatch this, actually. All right, so right there is a swatch of the liquid highlighter. It's gorgeous, but it's a liquid highlighter. Honestly, I don't reach for those every single day, only when I feel like really putting myself through the struggle of liquid highlighters for the end result. At least some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. But Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara and Diamonds. Why is this regularly $25? Wasn't this $21? I got a bone to pick with inflation. 40% off the Lime Crime Wet Cherry Lip Glosses. These are also absolutely beautiful. I've talked about these in quite a few videos now. Ugh, they smell like cherry lip smackers. I think that's what those were called, right? It's some product from the 90s. Oh, I don't know what exactly, but yeah, these are absolutely gorgeous. This is a lot of glitter color payoff, glitter payoff as well, if that's something you're going for. These are gorgeous. 30% off the Zoeva Caramel Melange eyeshadow palette. I am so excited about seeing Zoeva on the Ulta website. I own one of Zoeva's matte palettes, and it is beautiful, and it is affordable to start with. Zoeva was really, really hard to get. I had to order mine internationally. It took a long time to get it. I had to pay for shipping. This is incredible. I'm leaning towards getting this. I don't see how I'm going to avoid it. Zoeva's amazing. And under skincare, we have a lot of 30% off type of deals here, 25% off. The only ones that really call to me are mainly the deals. So I'm going to tell you that the 30% off Mario Badescu regimen kits is a rare sale. I've never actually seen the kits on sale. The kits do have up to a $50 value, and they cost between $30 and $38. So you're going to get a discount. If you're more interested in the Mario Badescu brand, this is a great deal. That said, Mario Badescu is not my favorite brand all the way around. I know a lot of people do like them though, so I figured I would go ahead and mention it. We also have 40% off the Perricone MD Essential FX collection. That's a great deal as well. 30% off the Strivectin Power Starters Tighten and Lift Trio Kit. So this one retails for $89 but has a $129 value. You're getting a full size of the serum in this one. And then the very last product that I'm going to talk about for this week's deals. You guys are probably going to be really surprised, and you might even question my age. Well, let me tell you something. 1791 was the year it happened. I was 24 at the time, younger than you are now. Coming for your stick, John McLean. Okay, listen. The Elizabeth Arden 8-Hour Cream Skin Protectant is actually a really good product if you have very dry skin. I know Elizabeth Arden doesn't get any attention aside from, ironically, earlier today, one of you commented talking about this product. I was like, wow, your timing is impeccable. This is fragrance-free. It's a very heavy product, mostly petrolatum if you want the truth, but it does work. The only drawback with this, it has a unique scent. That said, I've been using this for a really long time. I don't use this on my face, though. I only use this on especially my elbows. That's really where I use it the most, or anywhere where I'm getting irritation. So if I get some kind of body irritation, I put it on that. But yeah, a lot of people comment on the scent. It's something. It's something special. It's something special. I don't find it highly offensive, but you're not going to be able to not notice it. It's definitely there. It's quite a smell. That said, yeah, great product. All right, guys, that is everything for week number 1, plus the hot buys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment below your experience with any of these products. Let me know what you guys are getting in this sale. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss the next 2 weeks of this sale. And I will see you guys next time.